Hey guys, it's Bill Snuffy again. Making a new video. I have had, I think I've been 2 weeks before since I last made a video. I'm making a video today because once again, I'm having to deal with the VA. I had 2 appointments with them this last week, and I'm livid, to say the least. But I thought maybe that I could share what transpired, how things are transpiring with my case, what we're doing in Texas or what has been done to share information um, that may or may not pertain to you, but you can pass along the information to other veterans so they're up to date. I got a compliment when I went to the Lufkin VA yesterday. A couple people have seen my video um, there at the VA, and a lot of people were saying, "Thank you. Yeah, I'm proud that you're trying to stand up for us." Blah blah blah, or whatever. But anyway, that's who we are, man. That's who veterans are. We'll pick each other up, and it ain't nothing I'm doing. Ain't nothing that I'm doing that y'all guys won't do or whatever or wouldn't do for another veteran. And this kind of goes on the line with that. Anyway, I'm gonna get Marine today a little bit because I have to actually do a full court adjustment to what I want to share with you guys and the actual feelings that we're getting. Not only that, but the lack of responses that we're getting from the caregiver program and also our VA. First of all, I know that Kabat, her email address, she's lost in the sauce. Nobody can find her. Um, we or I don't know, and I can't find out if she's still running the program. If she's actually made the transition over to Atlas, which is a BSO movement, we don't know, and we can't track her, and she's never involved in any of the communications that come out of the VA. So that would lead me to believe that she's off the radar, and that they're going to take the heat for her. And the next thing is that what the VA doesn't understand, and the employees at the VA do not understand. Like, make sure you understand this with your 12th grade education. Okay, since you work for the VA and you're all that, and you're getting a good salary, you're getting insurance, you get all of that, but that's not enough. Realize this: that every veteran that comes through that door is a VA. It is actually that is actually what your job is. You have a job to actually help with the health, the welfare of veterans. You are a service organization designed totally to help in the health of veterans who are actually wounded in combat, out of combat, depending upon their percentage that they have. And guess what? Without veterans, you would be at your job. Let me say this very clearly for you. If you do not like working at the VA, okay, and it's too tough for you, they got job offerings down there at freaking DMZ or DMC, Texas Department of Motor Vehicles, DMV, sorry. Go to work down there or learn how to flip burgers. Your job is not that hard. All you got to do is say, "Smile, can I help you?" Check the appointment, blah. Get the patients from point A to point B so they can see the doctors. You are not, okay? You are not clinicians. You are not, okay? Half of we have learned that members of the SEAT team haven't even graduated college yet. They're still in their internship, and they're making determinations whether veterans can stay on a program they've been approved for 10, 12, 13 years. And they want to come out because the fact is the VA's telling them, "Well, we got to cut down these numbers. You want to keep your job, you want to keep your internship, you want to keep this, whatever, you do what you're told." No, we're not going to make a phone call. You're going to be the bad guy here. It's part of your growing, part of your training. Bullshit. I will tell you this right now. If you work for the VA and you choose to go along with These type of standards that are being put out by the VA and the VA caregiver program, let me tell you something. You have sold out your morals. You have sold out your standards. I don't know who I don't know who you think you are, because the fact is that number one is that you are the worst type of individuals, period. You will kick a man while he's down. You will. And you are making decisions. Well, you know what? He may die. He may die. Hope he dies before they find out my decision. And that's the truth of the matter. This is the reason why the VA cannot currently hire enough people to work at VAs across the country, because the fact is that individuals who have morals and standards actually go to work for these people, and they find out the types of rules and regulations that they follow to bump people out of programs, healthcare, whatever it may be, and they're like, "Damn, these guys, these guys are crooked." They don't want to work for them no more. You can go into your local VAs, wherever your local VA is. Mine's in Lufkin. I got my satellite office, which is in Houston. And when you go in there now, there's. I went into Lufkin yesterday. It was like worse than a nursing home. It was worse than a nursing home when everybody was laying down taking their naps. There was nobody there. But they're begging for people to come to work. They're not qualified. We'll have on-the-job training. I'm sorry, okay? On-the-job training, don't do it with my case, because I'm not going to be able to unscrew what you screwed up, because the system doesn't work that way. I also pointed the fact is that in the last year, I have lost my primary care physician. I met with my primary care physician 2 weeks ago. I think I gave you guys the update. Anyway, she says, "Well, how can I help you? Are your medications working? Everything going fine? Whatever." I said, "No, they're not." I said, "No, they're not. I need to be reassessed or whatever, because the fact is they're kicking me from the pro." Here's what she told me. She goes, "Well, I've tried it. I've decided to can't transfer to Georgia." I'm like, "Oh, well, why are you transferring? What does that mean for me?" "Well, I'm transferring to Georgia, and I'm going to because my daughter has allergies, and she's not conducive to the climate down here." I said, "Okay, well, I'm sorry, but what about what?" I have to start asking that question. What about me? Now I don't have primary care. Since 2010, since I have been actually seeing, I'm sorry, 2011, since I have been in Lufkin seeing these individuals, I've only had 2 primary cares, and both of them quit within 2 weeks. I see a patient's assistant. I don't get to see a primary care. My psychiatrist, she's up and left, got promoted or whatever. Now I don't know, but if you suffer from PTSD or you have mental issues that you deal with the VA, you don't really want everybody to know all your damn business. When you start meeting with a psychiatrist, you've already admitted you need help, and you ease into it. You kind of ease into it by saying, well, to tell what actually happened to you while you're having any trauma. You just don't go out and blurt the shit out. It's like, I don't know who the hell you are. I don't really want to talk about it in the first place. Anyway, psychiatrist that I come to know, whatever, who's working on my case, she's gone. Didn't even say goodbye. Just got a phone call one day, said, "Oh, she's transferred you over to Dr. Seaton, and guess what? You have an appointment a week from now." I'm like, "Who the hell is this person?" And now this person just takes over my case 2 weeks prior to, and she's in charge of my medication. Like, she knows me. I think it's enough to be said as by now, if you're a veteran or you're a caregiver, it's pretty much out there that we don't trust the hell out of the VA no more. We have zero trust level for the VA. Another stress factor that I've seen, that I talked to when I was with veterans, and I have talked to some veterans, as you know, we kind of like a group together to keep up on our information. But one of their major problems they're having with their health is the fact is that they don't know what's going to happen with the caregiver program. Stay with me, because the fact is that they totally see what they did with the caregiver program. Now they're expecting the worst. They're expecting that they're just going to pull the rug out from underneath you. You're not going to have time to file an appeal. You're not going to have time to get all this stuff done, because we know how fast the VA works. It's a turtle crawl. That's about what we're dealing with. But anyway, we know that it's not going to happen overnight. Just to submit the paperwork or take them 6 months to a year just to even look at your appeal. Meanwhile, during this year, you're like SOL, and you have to be forced to make other arrangements. The VA doesn't realize by this decision they made in the VA caregiver program. Now there are individuals who are actually actively seeking full-time care at a nursing home. Forget that shit you can heal at home. Forget that shit you can stay with your family. Forget all that shit. Just put them in a damn nursing home, just like they did with the freaking COVID people. Just put them in a, keep us shutting up. Well, keep us shut up and cooped up where nobody can hear their problems or what they're going through. That'll do it. Keep everything on the hush hush, on the QT. That's what they're doing right now, because the fact is they haven't answered. Many senators have actually written letters. We're waiting for your decision. Hello, we're waiting for your decision. It's not a priority to the VA. And it's become apparent to me and to others, the fact is that who's running who? Who runs the VA? Is Congress in charge of the funding for VA? Or is it the other way around? Does VA just go to Congress and say, yeah, give us this much money, we'll spend it how we want to? I will say this again. The Veterans Administration hospitals, they are not research centers. We should not be paying for research. There are special government grants that goes to that type of research. You do not use a veteran as a guinea pig. You have research hospitals that are out there to do that. The VA was never designed, or was it even a mission of, to put us as a research hospital? Why are we paying money for research? We already know what the problems are. I know that it was a major pandemic, and everybody should. But we had people working on COVID-19, people far more smarter than works at the VA, that needed that research money to actually come up with a vaccine for COVID. And you're going to give what, $500,000 to the VA so they can do their own damn research? Give me a break, man. In the heading I put in this is a Fubar. If you guys don't know what that is, please ask a veteran, because this is a Fubar, and I don't want to say it out loud because I'm trying to change my ways and not cuss so much like I did back in the Corps. We are at the point to where we need to start. We're going past the point of letting our congressmen know. Every congressman that walks through walks through the doors at Congress is aware of this situation. See, they're on top of it. No, you're not, because we're not getting any answers. I am putting this forward to those because there are a lot of individuals that are starting to see this and saying, we got to do something. We got to do something more drastic. I'm not talking about a January 6th insurrection or whatever, but we need to start marching on these VA hospitals. We need to start to put the pressure on them through the press about what's going on, what's not going on, and how screwed up the VA is. I have tried my best to alert news agencies that I have in my area, and they got to the end because so now they're deciding, and it's like it could go. I mean, some of the reporters asked me, "Have you heard anything more about the VA?" I'm like, no. It's just they're like, well, there's no news there. We've printed everything that they have said, and they haven't really said anything, but we've printed everything, and we're waiting on them to make a decision so we can print the story. Putting in freedom of information request. I know I've got one in. It's going on 60 days. I've got one in for 60 days, and it hasn't been answered. I haven't even gotten it that it's received. I did get it answered back on my Inspector General investigation. They called me back and told me that they're getting many complaints. I asked them where my complaint was. She said, I don't know what number. So they're getting the FOIA request. So in other words, if you're wondering if they're getting a FOIA request, they're getting those FOIA requests. It's the fact that they're just not answering them, which is against the law. So if you have a FOIA case and they don't answer you back in 20 days, you can go hire an attorney, or you can file an actual complaint. I think maybe we might have to take that route. If enough people file a complaint because they didn't get a FOIA request, may not be the best thing that we won't answer. But the fact of the matter is that they'll pay attention to us. Al Capone wasn't caught for gangster activity. He was caught for his taxes. So maybe we have to go around that. But we need to have something. We need to be able to get this out in the public to where other people are understanding. Because civilians, they see only what the VA puts out, all the propaganda. Oh, we're doing this, we're doing that, we care, we all this, whatever. It's a big propaganda move because it doesn't happen. These programs never exist. You call into these numbers and everything is like what? So we're down to the position where we need to do something, and the information that I'm gathering or whatever is that they're stonewalling the hell out of us. That they are not going to release any information. There's no investigation going on by the OIG that we're getting anything contingent upon, that we're actually realizing any cases, no charges have been filed or whatever. I want charges filed on Meg Kabat. I want her investigated. I want her investigated. Somebody can explain to me, like I'm a freaking 3-year-old, why in the hell does a social worker get to become head of a caregiver program? No other education. That should be our first question. But I'm keeping this short, keeping this simple, because as of today, we need to start coming up with ideas. I'm going to post it to my Twitter page. You guys give me some ideas here. What can I do? Who can I? What have I forgot to do to get this in front of people? Twitter is working pretty much, yeah, but we need more people involved. There is a petition going around. I will repost the petition. Sucker's over 5,000 people right now, so we need to get that petition. Please share that petition around for the caregiver program. If you guys can. It's on change.org. I can't remember the actual name anyway. Go to change.org and you'll find a petition there for veterans. But anyway, I had to go off. I had to vent and let you know what's going on in my case. There's other issues. There's Van Arbor, Michigan. I'm gonna tell you, I can't believe that place is still even open. It's like, and I'm sure that everybody has seen the video of the veteran. They got beat the hell up, got beat down by a social worker. And this is not just cases that once in a blue moon. These happen to everybody who goes into the VA. Either you're beat up, you're abused, or the fact is that they treat you like your redheaded stepchild when you go up there, because the fact is they, oh well, what can I do for you? You're taking up the time. I'm doing my nails. What is it? What do you want? Tired of that attitude. And we're tired of the VA blowing our ass up, blowing smoke up our ass and telling us that they're making changes or whatever. They've had 5-6 years to make changes. They're not doing it. They're covering things up. It's cheaper for them to cover shit up than to fix it. There's also now in Portland, it's actually been confirmed that the electric system that actually works the computers is responsible for misinformation in those individual records. So once we start identifying these things and we post it out to others, then it spreads, and it helps our congressmen realize how big the problem is. We have all had to deal with the VA at some point when it could get to this level. On paper, it seems like it's all freaking easy or whatever when you read all this stuff. However, the mountain of paperwork that you have to follow up with and that you have to rely on somebody else to follow up with the VA is just a joke. And they're actually laughing at the veteran because the fact is they wait, they deny, and they hope you die. That is my motto by going to the VA. I hated to walk into the VA yesterday. It smelled just like evil. Never got that feeling before. When I walked in the VA, I'm like, what, this is just something evil in here. I'm not a very religious guy, but I go to church. I'm trying to get to heaven. I'm working hard, but I just felt evil. Evilness around me. That's all I got, folks. I'm gonna put out this video real quick. Hopefully you guys will follow or pass it on to other veterans. Just to understand somebody else is going through whatever you need to go through, but the same thing you're going through. Put it in your idea. We need to start organizing to actually make our case heard, and we're going to have to utilize the press to do it. No one else is going to come to help us. We're going to have to utilize local newspapers, local Huya, to get this done because we can't seem to get the message out like we need to initiate change. So you guys hit me back. Any publication or whatever that's publishing our plight as far as the caregiver goes, whatever, let me know. Give me their email address. I will send them a letter breaking it down what they should know, should not know, and where their story is. You guys be good. Red Friday. Red. I do that because the fact is that I'm a Marine Corps, so I wear it every day. So every day is Red Friday to me. But anyway, remember Red Friday. All troops deployed. Always, always try to find out if there's something you can do today to help a veteran not have to go through what we're going through right now. That's what we do. That's what we signed up to do. Simplify, guys. I'm